There are many USB microphones out there right now, and that is overwhelming when trying to decide which one is going to be the best for your setup and your content. And it is increasingly hard that more and more are being released, which seems like every single day. And that is where the Beacn mic may be the one that you're looking for. So let's jump into it. Welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, I'm Adam, otherwise known as Bam Banana Man. And I like to create videos to help content creators and streamers. In this video, we're going to go over everything you need to know about the Beacn mic, including the price, the specs, the overall build quality, the Beacn software, how to set up the mic and the audio effects that come with it. And at the end of the video, we're going to go over what I think of this microphone and my experience so far. The Beacn mic was released in February and has been picked up by many different content creators and streamers, including myself. And it is a dynamic mic that goes for $279 right now, which may seem pricey, but once you see the capabilities and the overall quality of this microphone, you'll understand why it's priced this way. The microphone comes in either black or white, and in the box you get a USB-C cable, an adapter so you can plug it into any port into your PC, a headphone extension cable that is really long, and then you also get a quick start guide, which is very helpful in terms of downloading the software and getting you started with the mic. Picking it up out of the box, the first thing you notice that it feels heavy and has a great build quality with a clean and sleek design. It has an RGB ring that is subtle and fully customizable within the software. And on the bottom of the microphone, you have a low latency headphone jack and a USB-C port to plug into the PC. One of the best things about the Beacn mic is all the processing is done within the mic itself, which means you can adjust the audio effects in real time without putting additional load on your PC. And all these effects can be adjusted within the Beacn software. One thing to note though is you don't actually need the Beacn software to run the microphone. It can be used as a plug and play, but to get the full experience and get the full capability of this mic, I suggest downloading the software. Once you have the software downloaded and opened up, you'll see on the left side you have different profiles, and essentially the different profiles are for settings for specific situations, such as creating a podcast or a voiceover like this, or live streaming. And to create a profile, you'll hit this plus button here, and to rename it, you can right click, and we'll call this voiceover. And that's basically it. And so now you have a different setting for a voiceover, and you can add more for those different situations like we talked about. Since we're in this section, let's go over the RGB customization, which is fairly straightforward, and it allows you to fully customize the ring on the mic to whatever you would want. So you have the solid color, which is one solid color, doesn't move, doesn't change. Again, it's really quick. You just click a button, it changes the color. Next is the gradient. So this will switch between two different colors. So I have blue and yellow set here. You can change the speed and direction. You also have the ability to change the brightness. So if you really want it on, you can turn it all the way up to 0 or all the way up to 100%. Again, there's many things you can do with it. So customize it to what you want. And let me know in the comments below, what color would you like to see your ring? And while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content. To set up the microphone, we're going to head over to this mic icon here. And when you first pull it up, it's an equalizer as well as an audio levels wavelength, which is showing you in real time where your audio levels sit. And it may be overwhelming at first, but Beacn makes it very easily to get the sound that your heart desires. So let's start off by going to the mic gain here. And where the mic gain should be is right in the middle of this blue section. The blue section is kind of the perfect balance of where your voice should be. And then the yellow is where it's peaking. But like I said, the anti-clipping in this microphone is so good, it's very hard to peak. So I could like yell into the mic and it won't really peak. So I have mine adjusted to exactly where I want it. Once you have the audio gain set to what you desire, go ahead and move on up to the EQ. And you'll see in the simple version, you have 3 different bands. And the bands represent something different in terms of your voice. I'm going to say I'm no audio expert, and this is just kind of how I remember in some simplest form. The red is going to be your lows and the bass. The blue is the midtones and like kind of the nasally area. The yellow is going to be the higher end to keep it simple. And if you'd like a little bit more advanced EQ, you can switch it over and it's going to show you those spots of your voice if you have the guide on. Again, I dropped my nasal down quite a bit. I increased my higher end to kind of get that exciting aspect of the voice. I recommend kind of playing along with this and go watch some other YouTube videos on specific EQ and how to make your voice sound great, because all voices are going to be a little bit different, and to get the voice you want, you might want to find some of those videos. Next, we have the noise suppression tab, which Beacn has really impressed me with this because honestly, I just turned it on and left it. You have two different sections here. You have adaptive, which is constantly changing the noise suppression based on the sounds within your room. And snapshot will take the sounds that are already in your room. So if you're being quiet, it will take those computer fans out, any other ambient noises that are in the background. Moving on to the expander. The expander is a tool that allows you to drown out some of those more obnoxious sounds within your stream or your videos, which is like your keyboard clicking or your mouse clicking or somebody yelling in the background outside your room. This will kind of avoid some of that, and you can adjust that by going up and down. So if I bring it all the way down here, you'll be able to hear my clicking, which is kind of annoying. And then to bring it back up, you just go to that way. And to get more technical, again, I just kind of left it as is. You have the advanced section too, which you can really adjust. I'm gonna leave it at the simple. Once you're done with the expander, move on over to the compressor, and the compressor is going to be where you can get the more consistent sound by bringing those high volumes down a little bit and those low volumes up a little bit and give you a little bit more of a consistent sound. Again, there's a advanced section. I have mine in simple because, again, not that audio expert, so play around with this and get what you want. And lastly, we're going to go into headphones, and this is where you can monitor your mic, or in your headphones, you can adjust that a bit. So bring your mic all the way down. You won't hear yourself in the headphones. And you come over here to the right side, you have different amp power. So if you have a low impedance headphones, you can switch that with the high impedance mode here, which is great if you have some of those fancier headphones. Once you're all done setting up your microphone and all the audio effects, go head over to the three little lines here, which is going to be the mixing software, similar to the Elgato Wave. This is where you can separate the different audio channels coming into your PC, and it allows you to separate it for yourself or the stream, so you can adjust the volume depending on if you want the music volume a little higher for you, but quieter for the stream. You have the ability to do that. And to get started, you hit that plus button. And for example, like we were just talking about music, you have the ability to add music, and to set it so the music does play in this channel, you have to go to the three lines at the top here and find where the music is coming from. So for example, I don't have anything pulled up here, but let's say Discord. I want Discord to be in the chat section. And now if I have any Discord audio going, it will play right here. And you can link them so you can increase and decrease the volume together, or separate it by hitting that button, and it'll go up and down that way. And then to mute it in stream, you can hit the little mute button, and now the audience won't hear it, but you continue to, and then vice versa. You can do it that way. Now below the mixing software, we have the personal mix, which is going to be where you can switch between different audio listening devices. So right now I have it set to speakers, and if I switch it over, I have it to the headphones. And over here, you have the ability to hear what the stream is hearing by hitting that button. So very simple, very self-explanatory. Lastly, at the bottom, you have the routing table, and this is where you can adjust things so the audio is outputted to the specific section. So you have a VOD track, and this way you can have your music not play in your stream VODs. So now we're on to my personal opinion of this microphone, and overall, I believe the mic sounds really good. The software is very user-friendly and gives you the capability of turning it into something awesome. However, with the software, I have had a couple crashes, but hasn't affected me when I'm streaming or gaming. It's really just when I switch between audio listening devices, or I unplug the mic and plug it back in, it tends to crash. Once it closes, I open it back up. It's all good to go, and haven't had any issues with that. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the Beacn mic. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to tippity tap that like button, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And bam, see you next time.